Hi, I'm Dr. Katz, owner of Moto Psychos Mental Health, next door to HHI, Hawg Halters Inc. up here in Dahlonega, Georgia, north of Atlanta. And we're showing you today on how to modify a frame for a plus 7-degree kit that Hawg Halters sells. This is the 7-degree weld-on neck kit. That's for a 23 front wheel. In addition to that, we have this billet rake tree kit, amongst many products that HHI sells. Brakes, triple trees, front ends, foot controls, hand controls, things of that nature. So what we're showing you here again is how we chop off the neck and weld on this 7. The key to starting out is to get your bike or your frame completely level. Now this can be done with an engine in the rear of the motorcycle attached. We're just doing a custom painted frame after we do all this, so we went ahead and removed everything else. But this can be done, like I said, with the engine in place and the rest of the bike. You just have to take everything off the front end, obviously. We made this table, which we can use an engine hoist to place a complete motorcycle on here, or in this case just place the frame in. But no matter what you have, the key is to get in the frame and or bike stationary, and it's nothing special. You don't have to have a special frame jig or anything like that. Like I said, it's just a table that we made, and we make sure that we have it level in each direction, front to back, side to side. And of course the frame is level on the table. Then we'll also check the geometry, the 26-degree rake angle from Harley-Davidson. Now we found after doing several of these that they're not exactly 26, they vary slightly. So once we establish our frame is level and it's not going anywhere, we make this simple device which helps us make sure when we do weld the new neck in that it stays vertical to the horizon and the added rake that we wanted. So after you have your frame level, the next thing is to use a template that comes with the neck kit that we sell. Depending on the year, this will help you make your cuts to remove the stock neck. So you can use some sort of marker or scribe, and that's where we're going to actually make the cuts on the frame. And you do that on both sides. So basically what we're doing is making our first initial cut from weld to weld along that direction, and then we can come back and remove the existing little part there that will make the whole backbone flat, and the new neck will slide right over top of that. Okay, we removed our special neck tool, for better lack of terms, and we scribed on both sides of the frame where we're going to make our cuts. And you can use a plasma, saw, portaband, whatever you have, and go ahead and make a cut. So we'll cut straight down like so, and then we'll come back and we'll make this other cut. Downward pass to here, but the throw won't allow me to cut all the way through with this particular saw. A saw, you just can keep going. Plasma is obvious, you don't have to stop, but I like the portaband. It's quick and easy. I just got to finish the cut from the underneath. There's our neck. The cut's not that important because we're just removing it. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but like I said, basically just get rid of that. get rid of this little hump, and our other neck will slip right on. Alright, so we just cut the neck off, and we just mocked up the weld-on kit that we sell, HHI sells. It's set up for a 26 front wheel with a +9 degree and a little bit longer stretch and rise to it. I just put it on here for visual, but like I say, if you're running a 26 or bigger wheel, this is the neck we would sell you. And since we're not running that one, we're running the 23 with a 7 degree rake, we'll put that one on. And basically, I've already prepped the frame with the grinder for welding. So when you cut the neck off, you prep all the steel so you can weld to it. And what's nice about this kit is it's on there pretty good. It's a tough, tight fit. So you have to finesse it off a little bit and back on. But again, that's the kit as you'd buy it. You can see side by side the difference depending on which front wheel you want to run. This is the one we're going to use on this particular frame, and you can see we made our cut here and a cut across the backbone. And what we want to do on the backbone is just make sure nothing's sticking up, so it's all flat across there, because that neck piece is going to sit right on it. In addition to prepping the frame, I also prepped the kit. I also drilled several holes in the top and the sides just to weld through for just some additional strength. And again, it's a pretty tight fit, so I will grab my rubber mallet and we'll smack this in place. C-clamps to hold it. Not that it needs it, because like I said, it's pretty snug. And this should be right at a +7 from what we started with, which was 25.80. So we're a little off, and we can adjust that with just some tapping and get exactly +7. There we are. So that's approximately 7 degrees from what we started with. So once we got that, we'll go ahead and clamp it down real tight, and I'll tack it with my welder. Now we put the neck on, and we double checked our angle, our rake on here, and it is exactly 7 degrees over stock. What we started with, we're at 25.80. We're actually 32.85. And we also can go ahead and check over here that the plate, which could be off a little bit for warpage, we're actually vertical to the earth. We're zeroed out here. And more importantly, the rod that we made with the steering head bearings in it, I made this reference bars. If you can look on each side, there's a slight air gap on our rod, and as I weld the neck, it'll actually pull this rod from side to side, depending on what side I'm welding on, as the heat contracts the metal. So I actually bounce back and forth from side to side and keep referencing this, so when it's all said and done, our neck is perfectly vertical to horizon, and then we got the rake angle that we want, and then we know there's no slight tweaking of this front end.